Welcome to the Coach Higgins Show, a weekly look inside the Mars Hill Bible School Panthers program. Join head coach Darrell Higgins and Josh Bowling as they break down last week's highlights and preview tonight's big game.
Welcome, Panther fans, to the Coach Darrell Higgins Show. We are here on the beautiful campus of Heritage Christian University for our producer, Caleb Sampson. I'm your host, Josh Bowling, and with us today we have the 7-time region champ, the 3-time state champion, 1-time runner-up, and in his 10th season with the Panthers, Coach Darrell Higgins. Welcome, Coach.
Glad to be here. How you doing?
Doing great. Coach, we had a great win last week. We go 10-0 on the season. We were 7-0 in the region, giving us the number 1 seed, but we took down a 5A powerhouse, Scottsboro, 41-14. What are your thoughts on that game?
It's just an outstanding game. Our guys had really been wanting some competition, and they knew Scottsboro would bring it. They were the 5A region champs, and they had a big win over us last year, and so it was something we were really excited about going and play, and couldn't be more proud of the effort.
Man, what an effort they had. Offensively, Lawson Frederick, 6 for 9 with 149 yards on the night.
Lawson just continues to get better and better. He made some huge third down throws for us that gave us first downs. He was on the money all night. Great night of football for him.
And Coach Isaiah Owens was the recipient of 3 of those receptions, 89 yards. He was just all over the place.
He was, and they started the game. We threw a little quick hitch to their sideline, and it's something we worked on all the time, and Lawson threw it perfect to his outside shoulder. Isaiah was able to catch it, turn up the field, and got us a big first down, almost took it for a touchdown.
He sure did. Let's swap over to the rushing side. Jackson Penn, a huge night for Jackson, 12 rushes, 198 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Jackson was running like he was angry. I mean, the way he started the game, just running so hard and physical, and so I couldn't even see his jersey number out there. It was so muddied up, and he just had a great night running the football.
And one of those runs was a 92-yard run, big, huge touchdown for the Panthers at that moment in the game.
The whole night, the field position was just really in their favor. We started backed up in our own territory a lot of times, and they started at the 40, 50-yard line. Jackson flipped the field really fast on that 1 touchdown run.
He sure did. The other guy in the backfield, Hudson Higgins, 11 rushes, 100 yards, and a touchdown. He had a great night.
Another good night for Hudson. He did a good job blocking both the backs, really block well for each other, carry out fakes. So they pull for each other. They're best friends.
And then we got the wingback involved a little bit more in this game. Evan Austin had 4 rushes for 74 yards.
Yeah, Evan's just really dynamic. He's a guy we're trying to get more involved with everything, because every time he touches the ball, good things happen. He's strong. He's able to break tackles, run through contact. Just adds another dimension to our rushing attack.
And, Coach, this last stat, you sent this to me, and I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Over 500 yards offensively in 3 quarters Friday night. Wow.
Really, really one of our best nights. The opening drive, taking it from our own 10-yard line, moving 11 plays, going down and scoring, setting the tone, was just a great start for us on the road. Such a rough environment, good place to play, and so we really showed we could do it on the road in bad weather.
And, Coach, we'll flip over to the defense. We're going to name a few names, but at the end, I want you to really talk about the whole defense as a whole, because they played an amazing game. Jackson Penn had 10 solo tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, and Hudson Higgins, 12 tackles, 6 solo tackles.
Those are our 2 safeties, and they're one of the reasons you see our defense getting better is because our safeties are getting better. They're getting more involved in the run game. They're reading things faster. They're really improving a lot playing that safety for us.
And then we have our 2 middle linebackers, Jesse Parker, Evan Austin, both with 4 solo tackles. Jesse with 11 total tackles, and then Evan had 10 total tackles on the night.
Both those guys, they'll tell you the same thing. It's those guys in front of them. The D linemen they're taking up so many blockers where our linebackers can run and make tackles, and they both had an outstanding game, and couldn't be more proud of the way our defense stood in there and went toe-to-toe with those big guys from Scottsboro.
And talking about some of the big guys they were having to take on, K.O. Owens and Truett Thornton both had a sack in the night.
Yeah, they really got after the quarterback well. K.O. probably had the best game he's had all season, just batting down balls, sacks. He stopped a screenplay over there. He was really outstanding.
And then one of the big moments of the night in the first half, Sawyer Mosley with an interception late. It was at a very crucial time. They were driving on us. It was in their end zone. And Ben Smith on WHNT 19 had a great picture of Hudson cheering Sawyer on, but that was a great interception by Sawyer.
Well, there's nobody cheering Sawyer on more than me. After we got our punt blocked and they were down there about to score. And then I knew they got the ball back to start the second half, so it was a huge momentum play to keep them out of the end zone. I told Sawyer that was the play of the day.
It really was. Switch over to special teams. Carson Longshore did a great job with the kickoffs, always with his extra points. But, Coach, talk a little bit about the coverage team and the impact that they had on the game Friday night.
Well, Coach Hunter Kilpatrick's our special teams coordinator, and they were doing a good job on the returns, and so he started putting the ball on the ground with the wet conditions, and Longshore did a great job of hitting it away from people, and it was taking funny rolls and bounces. We almost recovered some of those.
Yeah, we actually did. Coach, this week we are going to be playing in the first round of state playoffs at home on the Hill. We've got Whitesburg Christian coming in. Whitesburg Christian finished the season 5-5. They were 3-4 in their region, so they were the number 4 seed. But they coming off of 2 big wins the last 2 weeks. What can you tell us about Whitesburg Christian?
Well, they're much like we were a few years ago. They're up and coming. Had a program for about 6 years now. They've continued to get better and better. They have some really good experienced coaches that are in charge over there, and so they got a lot of young guys that are playing. They're talented. Some of them have really improved a lot this year, and you can see they're a team that's on the rise.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about the Panther defense. Talk about the Scottsboro game because we kind of skipped over that. That's my fault. Talk a little bit about the defense as a whole, and then how that transitions over to this week playing Whitesburg in the state playoffs.
Well, the defenses continue to get better from the start of the year to now. I got a lot of new people. We had 2 new middle linebackers, had 2 new safeties. We just had a lot of people in key positions, and Coach Kilpatrick and the defensive staff, they work, up there around the clock, and they were so prepared for Scottsboro. Scottsboro does a lot of shifts, a lot of movements, a lot of formations. We really hadn't seen anybody stop them all year, and we came out in the first half and just shut them down, set the tone for the whole night. Great job by our defensive team. Our front guys, Sweeney up front, and Perkins and Cord Pig and Truitt, like you said, and Spillers. Those guys up front really controlled the game.
They do a great job. So, Coach, as we start the playoffs this week, what are some of the keys to winning each week? And then what's the most important thing that you want to see from your Panthers in practice every day?
Well, the Scottsboro game kind of, to me and other coaches, finished up what we think is the best regular season that we've had in our school history. And we've had some really good teams in the regular season, but the way this team dominated every game, the way they had very good competition in our region and our non-region, we think it was the best regular season that we've had. But we're not building a thing on the regular season.
Right.
You're remembered for your postseason, and so in the postseason you can play 1 week at a time, and if you lose, then the season's over. And so we're really excited about playing Whitesburg Christian. We're focused on them. Everything we have is towards this game this week, and see if we can get better this week in practice.
So in practice, what are some of the things that you want to see from the players, some of your leaders, the senior leaders on the team? What do you want to see from them in practice?
Just like we did getting ready for Scottsboro, you know it's a big challenge. A lot of times when you have a big win like we did, there's a tendency to have a letdown, and that starts in practice. So we're making sure in practice we're ready to go. Our seniors are hungry, they're driven, they're motivated. We got to make sure everybody's ready to go for this week.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you joining us today. Panther fans, Friday night, it's going to be electric, 7 p.m. on the Hill. We have Whitesburg Christian coming to Mars Hill for the first round of the state playoffs. We hope you fill the stands and you're loud. I want to give a shout out real quick to the Mars Hill TikTok page. Apparently that's pretty big, and I think it's the student section TikTok page. So you might have to go check it out, Coach. Right. But they are the student section was great Friday night, and we hope that everybody will show up this Friday night to cheer on our Panthers. So for Caleb Sampson and Coach Darrell Higgins, I'm your host, Josh Bowling. We'll see you Friday night on the Hill.